Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing so far a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live at 5 once again, rocking and rolling. I love it when a plan comes together and we get here on time. Check it out. Yeah, quite a few things that I want to go over today. Well, there's always things I want to go over, but never a dull moment in crypto. I'm conscious of the fact that it usually takes me a while to go through these figures, so let's just crack on with it, get through it. This is the crypto forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network. So we've got Bitcoin with 0.6% of the hash rate, Bcrash 0.9, Coolcoin with 98.7. Network nodes, 2.3 for Bitcoin, 10.1 for Bcrash, 87.6% for Coolcoin. Transactions, Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. 74.3% transactions on the overall Bitcoin network. 1.9 for Bcrash, back below the usual 2%. And Coolcoin with 23.7, below 25. Block size, again, Bitcoin smashing it. 65.6, Bcrash 2.4, and Coolcoin 32%. Let's play spot the biggest block on Bcrash to see if Hathor is mining any blocks with any more data in it. So let's have a look at this. Oh, Hathor. 3 out of the last 5 blocks. That's a huge amount. Be interesting to see what this looks like. BTC.com is Jihan, as we learned. So that's quite big on Bcrash. But I think Hathor is definitely winning there. Let's see. Let's spot the biggest block. We've got a 753. Yeah, that looks like the biggest one so far. We've got an 823. I think that'll be it. Yeah, no 1 megabyte blocks for them. And then when we look over at Coolcoin, they've got a 1 megabyte block size restriction, so they can't have any data on chain. And it's the data volume, the value of that data volume, which will eventually sustain the miners. So basically, what they're doing is by restricting the amount of data that can move on chain, they are basically killing it. But we know that anyway. But shitcoiners wouldn't understand that because shitcoiners were shit for brains. And let's have a look at what's going on Bitcoin then. So immediately Tau mining a 3.6 megabyte block. Hathor with a 966. Wow. I mean, Hathor usually go for the smallest blocks. So I mean, that's like a 1 megabyte, just below a 1 megabyte block that Hathor has mined. Hathor's mined here actually a 1 megabyte block. Wow, I mean, oh, I got unknown. That's oh no. I wonder what's the smallest block going to be on Bitcoin and who's mined it. So we'll have a look. We'll see if we can find a block that's smaller than 966. Oh, here we go. Hathor. That's a 233. Any other smaller ones on there? Oof, no. So there's a 140. Is that so 102? That's the smallest one. That's the smallest one I can see. Oh, 102. Wow. So all the blocks with data in him. That's what we like to see. Tal here with a 14 megabyte block. Oh, what's the biggest one on there? Oh, 14 megabyte block might be the biggest on this column. Yeah, there we go. It's looking pretty good. Let's just play. Let's just have lols on Armory's coin. Armory and his money. It's like, yeah, I want my money. Here we go. Yeah, mate, your money is worth absolutely jack shit. You absolute fool. And this is the bitching chain going up and down like a horse draws. Proof of work by network since Amory wanted his own money. It's going nowhere. Hathor absolutely chomping away at those empty blocks on Bcrash because there's literally no data on the chain. It's an absolute piece of crap. And Dutch Mining for some reason loving Armory's coin. Let's see. So I mean, even the blocks, like, yeah, even Hathor looks like it can't be bothered chomping away on blocks on the chain. It's just such a waste. Yeah, you may as well you'd cause more havoc, you know, chomping away at these blocks that have actually got a larger value coin base in them, stealing them off these shitcoin enterprises. So slowly strangling them, basically. So let's have a quick look at the main graphs here. Bitcoin hash rate by network. Yeah, again, you know, hash rate will follow price and price will follow value, and we know where the value is. The value is on Bitcoin, so it's literally just a matter of time. Proof of work by network. Again, Corecoin and Bcrash will literally just simply stop overnight. Like almost literally like very soon. People are going to be asking, how could you have known this? What's gone on? It's just blatantly obvious what's on there. Absolute pieces of shit. In a non-academic explanation for it, basically. So hash rates again. I mean, like that hash rate just simply followed the price spike, really. Proof of work by network. Yeah, Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Look at this, 61,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin, because Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and reducing the cost of the transactions is what increases the value of the network. The three factors that contribute to the value are the speed, cost, and scale. Increased speed, increased scale, and reduction of cost constantly, which actually increase the value of Bitcoin, which is what the miners currently get paid in, which is why they're all for it. And the more value they add to the network, the more people use it. It's that simple. So it is currently 12.7% more profitable to mine on Corecoin. Oh, well, yeah, fools. Pretty good, like number go up and all that. But daily average Bitcoin block size by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block, I've no doubt Bitcoin will be winning. Come on, coin dance. Doing this to me every time. Yeah, transactions per block, Bitcoin winning. Fees USD, Bitcoin winning. Fees Satoshis, Bitcoin winning. Block reward ratio, again, that will come with time, will come with price, which will follow value. And then blockchain growth by network, hilarious, just mocking Bcrash there. And then we've got the global hash rate, 7 days. Ant pool up there. BTC.com down in 6th place. Pooling, again, I don't know who Pooling are, I don't know who F2 Pool are. But yeah, anyway, they're all going to get served really badly. And they don't even know why. I know why though. I can explain to them how it's going to happen, but will they listen to me? No. So never mind. Should be listening to my show, really, shouldn't they? So we've got global hash rate 24 hours. This will probably match Corecoin. We can see almost identical, pretty much. Yeah, almost identical. So. Yeah, Corecoin, again, like, yeah, Binance up there mining that piece of shit. Same with F2 Pool and Pooling. BTC.com. Huobi's in there macking it hard. Yada yada yada. Right, let's look at Bcrash. Looks very similar. Well, I mean, Bcrash is now the Bitchain chain, really, which is why this chart looks very similar to the one that we just looked at over there. So, I mean, now we know that BTC.com is Jihan. That would explain why they're mining this piece of crap along with Antpool, because they're part of the same entity. Binance being an absolute shitcoin enterprise still on there. Bitcoin.com an absolute shitcoin enterprise. Don't know what Huobi are doing on there when they're macking it hard on Bitcoin, but who knows. And this is Bitcoin. Wow. Tal being the Mac Daddy on Bitcoin today, 20%. Huobi 19.4. Hathor still chomping away at on Bitcoin. And we've got via BTC, Norpool, Nempool, BTC.com. Don't really want them on there now that I know that they're that's Jihan. He can do one. Oh, look at this. We've got BTC.com, F2 Pool, and Pooling. All three of the Mac Daddies mining on Bitcoin today, only with small amounts, gesturing. Yeah, pretty pathetic, really. All right, now that's CoinDance done. Let's have a look at Bitcoin Blocks Live. Again, for any newbies who don't know what they're looking at here, this is the global blockchain literally working in front of your very eyes. I never fail. This always entertains me because up until now, Bitcoin has just simply been theoretical, whereas this is that theory working digitally in front of our very eyes. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Bitcoin is by far the greatest money that this world has ever had. Whereas gold, it's called a precious metal. Precious because it's relatively scarce, and because it's scarce, small amounts can be used for trade. And then it was also valuable because of the properties that it possessed, which was, it's easily malleable, it's divisible, it's non-corrosive, it's highly conductive, it's a pretty color. Whereas with Bitcoin, it's actually even more valuable than gold, because Bitcoin is backed by the value of blockchain technology, which is the value of immutable data. And with immutable data, it means that we can now have data sovereignty, because there is no single central source of failure that can just simply control it, because it's the ledger itself that is distributed. So we finally have data sovereignty that nothing can crack out ultra change. Not even a virus can affect blockchain technology, because blockchain technology is an infinite mathematical sum. You cannot change the data that's on it without changing the entire chain. And you cannot change the entire chain unless you build a network that's bigger than the network that's already built. And why would you do that? The economic incentive to do that would be billions, absolutely billions. And so chances are, like, a single bit of data is really not going to be worth it for you. And I mean, even criminals aren't that stupid. They're not going to spend 10 billion on destroying a network to get $1 million worth of money. It just doesn't make financial sense whatsoever. It's just absolutely amazing what we're looking at, and that's what gives the data value. The fact that it is immutable, and people will be buying it in order to upload their data onto the blockchain where they have sovereignty over it. It is absolutely phenomenal. So for any newbies who haven't seen this before, on the top right hand corner we've got transactions per second, currently registered at 9 or around 9.3. I've actually seen this as high as over 3,000. And then these kind of vertical rectangle bars that you can see here, these represent the transactions that have been recognized by the nodes on the network. And then below that you can see the organizations who are actually generating those transactions, along with the transaction ID, the input output, and then the text type and the op return. And then below that, once those transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the meme pool. And it's when they're in the meme pool that miners then compete to process the transaction, put it in a block, win the coin base for the block, and then put the block on the blockchain where it is registered immutably forever as a universal source of truth. And this is the blockchain down here. Absolutely fascinating. So earlier there was a... there are bigger blocks than this we've seen. I'll zoom out a little bit. Any 55 megabyte block was mined. When was this? So that was yesterday. So in the highlighted rectangular box below, you can see the hash number of the block height, who it was mined by, the size that was in it. Oh no, hold on a minute. There we go. That's what you want. 55.39 megabytes mined by Tal. Transaction count in that one was only 2,395. But total fees totaled $10.14. Interesting. Must have been some maybe big transactions in there. Who knows? Large data volume transactions. Amazing. And remember, when you have a transaction with a large amount of data in it, it means that that transaction can give, well, the data that's in the transaction is data that can be used to run operating systems, huge operating systems. Yeah, I mean, it's just so exciting what is going on when you actually understand these figures. It's just brilliant. And the transaction fees, again, the miner will win the fees along with the block reward. And because the block reward gets cut in half every 210,000 blocks, eventually, because miners and payment processors work towards adding value to the chain, more and more people then start using the chain for the value and the efficiencies that it provides them. And as the volume of transaction increases, obviously the fee that is in the block due to the increased volume of transactions will increase and eventually counteract the block reward. But shitcoiners won't tell you this because they got shit for brains. They have no idea what blockchain is all about or what money is, to be honest with you. But there we go. And again, for any newbies looking at these bit info charts, they tell you some really good metrics here. I'm a fan of this one, transactions in the last 24 hours. This is the entire crypto network, literally the entire crypto network. And as you can see, Bitcoin has got 23.4% of the entire crypto network at the moment. XRP doesn't really count because it's just simply a cross-border remittance service, but then the only reason it provides a service is because money doesn't work. So when Bitcoin starts working, XRP will be completely superfluous. Their business will just simply tank, and the token itself will be valued at absolutely precisely zero because that's the fundamental value of it. Then we've got Ethereum currently at 30.9, but then Ethereum's just got all this DeFi crap on it at the moment. No value there whatsoever, just absolute bollocks, total bollocks. The rich list is really funny because it gives you the number of wallets and how many bitcoins and shitcoins are in them. So you can just simply have a look at those and see where you rank. Obviously try and get as much Bitcoin as you can. Bit info charts, so what we're going to do, we'll click on this and then you'll see along the top, these are all the shitcoins that you can compare to Bitcoin. Bitcoin being BSV, and then on the highlighted blue tabs on the left hand side, we're going to compare transactions here. So if you just simply click on that, transactions over the last 24 hours, we'll take out Litecoin, we'll take out Dogecoin, absolute joke. We'll add in Bitcoin because that's BSV, and then we'll add in Bitcoin Chain just for lols. We'll add Litecoin so you can see the number of transactions on that because they'll match Bcrash. We'll do log and we'll do 3 years. There we go. So the green and the yellow are Bcrash and Litecoin, and as you can see, Bitcoin, which is BSV. I mean, look at this. So it's literally only been going for just over 2 years, and look at the volume of transactions that it has managed to generate. You know, and that's just in like, oh well, yeah, I mean, what, 25 months. 25 months. It literally puts those other shitcoins to absolute shame. And the reason it's happened over 25 months is because basically the period of decentralization, which was giving Bitcoin its fundamental value, was between the start of the network on the 3rd of January 2009 and the return of the Tulip Trust keys to Satoshi Nakamoto, which is Craig Wright, on the 1st of January 2020. Now is the period of adding value. Now it all goes for speed, cost, and scale, which is what Bitcoin is massively heading towards. So that'll be the first topic I'll just touch on when I finish these charts. Let's look at the Bitcoin market, because obviously it's always the talk of the town because shitcoiners just love talking price, even though price means absolutely fuck all. Literally, price is the last thing to move. Price is the end result of all the effort that has gone beforehand. That makes it move. And what makes it move is adding value. And that is what investors look at. That's why investors are not traders. Traders literally have the mind the size of a pea. Like literally just spend all day looking at number go up, number go down. You know, oh, quick, like sheep go in, sheep go in, sheep go out, sheep go out. Oh, just follow it. Investors are just like, do what you want. Buy all these shit coins. Like, who cares? You know, absolute fools. But let's see what Core Coin is doing. So yeah, it looks like just like crashed a little bit, but who cares? It's an absolute piece of shit anyway. But yeah, I mean that'll be up on probably all these metrics. You know, all-time high, still an all-time high. Yeah. So Coin Crap updated. Oh, they have. Coin Crap have actually updated their highest figure here. I wonder if they've been listening to me, negging on their charts. But really not bothering any of these shit coins. Just see what Bitcoin's doing for lulz and any. Oh, nice. That'd be good. That's what I want. Lower price means better value for money. That's absolutely all it means. The price doesn't affect the value one little bit. Price goes down, you just simply get more value for money. Price goes up, you feel richer. That is it. That is literally it. You know, just cannot be arsed with watching price. It's just such a waste of time. But anyway, on that note, let's jump into Twitter gossip. Now, we're going to do a bit of my own personal tea leaf reading here. Right, so just pay attention to this. So, Jerome Cliche said here, TAL on December the 17th, 2020, the issuer entered into a loan agreement, the note, with Wright International Investments Limited, the lender, pursuant to which the lender has agreed to make an initial advance on December the 18th, 2020 in an amount equal to $3.5 million. So let's, $3.5 million, we'll just do a quick calculation to find out how many BSV that is. So BSV currently being, so look at its price on my mobile app, what's that, $170. So let's bring my calculator up. Here we go. 3.5 million divided by 170. So that's 20,000 BSV. So let's just talk about what we think that this might be used for. If they were giving that loan to TAL for them to just simply dump and convert into $3.5 million USD, like they could just simply send BTC for that and they could convert BTC. So why are they transferring BSV? Well, I think the reason they're transferring BSV is because they are expecting a huge price hike very soon. And then with that price hike, they can then expand massively. Because let's go on to the video just now. Actually, I may as well have a look at this. This is massive. This is absolutely huge. So you can see it says here block subsidy. So this was the first halving, and then we've got the second halving, and then we've got the third halving, and we are coming up to the fourth halving. Now you can see here on this graph where it says BSV transaction subsidy. So again, this is like estimated, but we know how much of a stickler Craig is for time management and getting things done on schedule. And we are right here. See, this is just, it says here crossover anticipated around Q1 2021. Now I do not think that it's a coincidence that we're seeing the transfer of 20,000 Bitcoin, which is BSV, over to TAL right now, which I think is going to correspond to the huge increase in transactions which they are expecting. So it's the huge volume of transactions which is effectively going to take dirty traders out, well, not out of the market, but it's going to prevent them from trading it and dumping the price, because there is going to be huge transaction volume on chain. People are going to be buying BSV in order to use BSV to generate these transactions for the various use cases. And obviously the main one being EHR data, which Jerry comes on to in a minute. But let's just play a little bit more of this. And that is what I think this 20,000 BSV loan is for. I think TAL are going to expand absolutely massively. You know, and we've already seen EHR data just saying that their proof of concept, their proof of concept app alone, which is due to be ready by the end of January, so we've heard, and you know, I've not heard anything else about timeframes altering or anything like that. Just their proof of concept alone will put between 1.6 and 3.2 billion transactions on chain, and that's about 50 transactions every second just for EHR data. And so TAL are going to be providing EHR data with their API so that they can put all of those transactions on chain. I think it's going to be absolutely massive. So that's me trying to put 2 and 2 together. Whether or not I'm right, I don't know, we'll see. But, you know, it's certainly all adding up if you ask me. But yeah, absolutely, really just like motoring along. This image was quite interesting. Again, I was just watching a talk from Kathy Wood earlier, and this graph here actually shows you what it says investing in disruptive innovation, why not? And so I can't see that. You've got steam engine, railways, telephone, electricity, computers, internet. But look at this for a disruptor. So they got artificial intelligence, energy storage, robotics, genome sequencing, and at the top they've got blockchain technology. I mean, look, and we know that blockchain technology can only be BSV. So this is what they're already anticipating. Like, they can see the benefits that blockchain technology can bring. They just don't understand that it can only be Bitcoin. which cracks me up, because we here in BSV know this. We're just like, hello, it's us. We are the only option that you've got. And they haven't figured it out yet. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. So anyway, cracking show today, guys. I really enjoyed that one. So we'll wrap it up, as I'm going for 1 hour, 20 minutes. So as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy giving. Same time tomorrow. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah! One vision.